about somebody. Can you tell me a little bit about, really quickly anyway, about your merger between the two cooperatives that now form Central Rolling Plains?
All right, well, we had Roscoe Co-op and Inadale Co-op located about 12 miles apart. Had been two gins that basically started about the same time, worked in the same areas, everything was about the same, actually shared members. As times went on, expenses got higher, it just became more important to have a larger volume at the gin. And we had an opportunity to present itself where the manager, who his wife was the bookkeeper at Inadale, retired. They went to trying to find someone to replace them and could not find someone at the level they were wanting. We entered into them with a joint management agreement. And it was kind of unique because myself being the manager of both co-ops and my bookkeeper being working at both co-ops was actually the only thing that was common. Everything else was separate. We had two sets of boards, two sets of members, two sets of equipment, employees, everything. And we did that for a couple of years and had a small year. Decided to gin everything at one gin that year, which was kind of a precursor to getting it together anyway. And when we did have the short year and gin both short crops at one gin, it was profitable for both of us and immediately saw the benefits of working together. So we pooled our equipment, pooled our members. The battles that we fought were, as you would expect, my granddaddy started this, and kind of a little Hatfield and McCoy thing going on there a little bit. But a lot of the things that hang up mergers, we did not have to deal with. That being, what's the name of the new organization going to be? We'd all agreed that there would be a new one, totally new name. Who's going to be the chief manager? We only had one, so that was easy enough to do. Where's the headquarters going to be? We all agreed that Roscoe was going to be headquartered. And the board, we kind of did a unique thing with that. We suspended elections for a year and put both boards together. So I went from having 7 members and 5 members to having a 12-member board for a year. And then part of the merger agreement was that we would drop off a certain number every year until we got back to 7, which is where we are now, and it's worked really well. But one of the other issues was paying off book credits. Book credit's a very touchy situation, and we were very blessed the first year to have the kind of crop that we could pay off a bunch of old book credits and get those caught up. And currently we merged in '07. In 4 years, we lacked just a little bit, retiring all of the Inadale and Roscoe and having everything be Central Rolling Plains book credits. So that's a major accomplishment.
Would you have done anything differently than what you did?
Probably not, because actually this is probably one of the smoothest mergers I've ever seen happen. The stars lined up. I mean, we've talked about this before, and there were just a lot of issues that just worked themselves out. Did we lose anybody? Yeah, we lost a couple of producers, just because. One of them had actually been a director at the Inadale board, and he was scaling back. His fields were closer to another co-op, so he elected to go there instead. The other one that we lost was he just didn't like the idea. Just like I said, the old Hatfield and McCoy thing. He was one of the older farmers that had been there just about from the get-go, and he just didn't want to see the two go together. So he's generally on location, but we've attracted a lot of new customers because being together, being more efficient with what we have, we're able to pay a larger dividend than some of our surrounding co-ops. And I wouldn't say necessarily more consistent dividend, but maybe just a little larger, and offer a few more services. And that has appealed to some, and we've attracted some new customers out of that, some new bakers, new bales. And that's what it's all about, gin bales.
Right. Thank you. That's great.